In today's fast-paced world, the workplaces can often feel like pressure cooker with deadlines and stress and everything that is happening around. Our stress level can actually reach to the unprecedented levels that nobody had ever thought. Hello, my name is Pooja Purval. I'm a career growth coach for IT professionals. Let's discuss today what is stress and how it impacts us and how we can overcome stress or fight it better. Let us see what is stress. Stress is actually a physiological response of our physical bodies when they perceive a threat or a challenge or demand that exceeds our ability to cope. It is our body's way of mobilizing resources and dealing with the perceived threats and pressures. When we face a stressful situation, our body secretes hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which helps us to manage the stressful threat or the perceived threat. This response is called as flight or fight response. And there is a third one also which comes into picture, which we call as freeze response. Okay. So based on how your body and your mind is conditioned, depending upon the threat that you're perceiving, your body can decide to fight against it, or it can decide to run away, which is called as the flight response, or it can freeze and cannot really do anything about it. Now, stress is something which is normal and adaptive response in certain situations. However, any chronic or excessive stress which we have in our daily lives can have a negative effects on both our physical and mental health. Prolonged exposure to stress can weaken our immune system, which increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases. It disrupts our sleep patterns. We have seen insomnia rising in recent years. And it also contributes to the decline of our mental health. It increases anxiety and depression. I was just going through something the other day and I came across something which was a little shocking to me. Today's high school children are going through the level of anxiety which an adult used to go through in 1957 when they were placed in a mental asylum. So you can imagine the amount of anxiety and stress that even our teenagers are facing today. Forget our workforce. So it's very, very important for us to be able to manage stress in a very healthy way. Now, what can be the cause of stress? It can be because of various factors. It can be work-related pressure. It can be financial difficulties. It can be relationship problems, any major life changes that people go through. It can also be amounted to the traumatic events that people go through in their lives. Different individuals have different way to perceive and respond to stress. Some of us can manage it better than the others. It's important for all of us to be able to manage our stress better because it doesn't only impact you, it impacts your family as well, your children as well. And I've seen people taking out their stress and frustration on their children, which is a very wrong thing to do because in that case, now you are not only doing the wrong thing by your children, but you are not able to manage your stress and you are not teaching them also how to manage it in a healthy way. For all of us, it's important to manage stress effectively by adopting healthy coping mechanisms. And these coping mechanisms would include exercise, relaxation techniques, mindfulness practices. We need to have social support, healthy work-life balances in our life. By recognizing the signs of stress and implementing strategy to manage it, individuals can reduce the impact of stress and they can manage the stress better as well. To manage our stress better, let me suggest you 3 things that you can start doing right away. First thing to do is start regular exercising. It can be anything that you really love. It can be as simple as going for walks or doing strength training, yoga, Zumba, dancing. It can be any sorts of physical movement. When we do physical movement, our body secretes happy hormones like oxytocin, dopamine, and it actually makes us happy. And when we are happy, the stressful situations actually doesn't seem as stressful. You could actually remember that 1 or 2 particular days in your life when you're so happy, so on cloud 9, that nothing could really make you unhappy or so your mood. So that is because you was so happy at that point in time and your body and your mind was in alignment of that joy. So exercise can do the same thing for you. And the added bonus would be your physical fitness as well that comes along with it. So start exercising in whatever way that is comfortable for you. The second thing that you need to do is start practicing healthy work-life balance. We all have work, it's important to us, but you need to prioritize. And you need to really see if whatever you're doing is aligning with your values as well. So start having work-life balance. You can refer to the strategies that I have already shared in my remote working video and see what you can adopt from it to have a better work-life balance in your life. And the third thing to do is to include meditation and mindfulness in your life. There are various ways that you can include mindfulness in your life. Mindfulness doesn't necessarily mean sitting at one place and chanting or meditating. Mindfulness actually means being mindful with whatever is happening with your body and mind at every moment of your life. Let's see what you can do to introduce mindfulness to manage your stress better in your life. First mindfulness technique that you can have very easily done is the mindful breathing. Take a few deep breaths whenever you feel overwhelmed or stressed out. And you can actually do this even when you are not stressed out, because stress builds on top of whatever is happening to you. So take a few moments throughout the day. You can actually set an alarm or a reminder for this to focus on your breath. It doesn't have to be for very long. You can actually do it for 1 minute or up to 5 minutes. So close your eyes and pay attention to the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or the sensations of the air passing through your nostrils and then going to your lungs and your stomach. This simple practice calms down your nervous system and increases your present moment awareness. If not more, you can actually do this 3 times in a day. The first can be when you wake up, then when you go to bed at night, and somewhere during the midday. The second mindful technique that you can adopt is full body scan. So set aside few minutes every day. I try to do this every night when I go to the bed, wherein I start at the top of my head and then gradually put my attention down through my body and notice if I am feeling any tension or discomfort in any part of my body. And with each sensation, wherever I realize that there is a tightness or stiffness or a discomfort, with every outgoing breath, I try to relax that part of my body, and slowly, steadily, I relax my entire body. It also helps me sleep better, even when I'm stressed. The third way to include mindfulness in your daily life is to do mindful eating. And it's, again, a very simple practice to follow. Just leave out all your devices behind. Don't take anything other than your plate full of food to this practice. Just pay attention to the taste, the texture, the aroma of your food. Take small bites, chew slowly, and savor each mouthful like it is the most tasty meal that you have ever had. Notice the sensation of hunger and fullness in your body. And try to eat without any distractions, without your television or your mobile phone or anything else for that matter. If you can avoid conversation with your family at this point, then do that as well. The last way which I would suggest to include mindfulness in your life is mindful walking. Take mindful walks in nature or around your neighborhood. Focus on the sensation of walking. See how your feet feel when they make contact with the earth. What is it that's going through your body when you move your legs, and the sights and sounds that are around you? Notice the colors in the sky and the rustling of the leaves and even the chirping of the birds around you. So just indulge your senses in whatever is happening around you rather than maybe listening to music or audiobooks. Sometimes you just need to be by yourself. Enjoy these natural sounds. If you're not able to do anything else that I have suggested in this video, do this last one practice, which is gratitude. Okay, this is one practice which is at the apex of anything that you would ever do. Cultivate this practice by taking a few moments of time in your day and reflect on the things that went well throughout the day and show your gratitude for those. Also find out things, maybe 5 things every day, that are making your life better or without which you cannot imagine your life. It can be people, it can be money, it can be any materialistic things, it can be friends, it can be anything that is making your life better. This can be done either through journaling, or you can make mental notes. You can even do a mirror practice wherein you just stand in front of the mirror and count your blessings while looking in your eyes. Focus on the positive aspect of your life and shift your perspective, or shift your focus basically from the stressful moments or the stressful events or even the people that are causing you stress to the happier aspect of your life, things that are making it blissful. So let me summarize this for you. The first thing that we need to remember about stress is very, very easily manageable. It's all about our behavior and the way we decide to manage it. There are 3 things that I would like you to include in your life. They don't take long, but they can actually help you manage your stress so much better. And over a period of time, you would actually not feel stressful at all. The first one of which I suggested was to have a physical movement or exercise included in your daily routine. Go with whatever makes you feel better. If you cannot take out too much time, even 10 minutes, 15 minutes is good enough. The second thing which I suggested was to have a work-life balance. Work with strategies, tools, techniques that are actually time-saving and make you more efficient and productive. And that way you can actually have a very good work-life balance. The third thing that I suggested was including mindfulness practices. I suggested 4. You can actually pick up 1 or 2 from them. Maybe start with the breathing. It's very easy to do. You just need to set reminders for it. And lastly, if you cannot do any of what I have suggested up until now, please start with a gratitude practice. And you would notice things improving for you immensely in matter of days. I mean, if you could do it for 3 to 6 months, you will see major shifts in your life. And I'm not kidding about this. I've seen this happen with me. I've seen this happen with so many people. People have actually had such healthier lifestyle with the gratitude practice. They have got rid of chronic diseases and even diseases which are considered to be incurable. So go ahead, practice this and let me know how this works out for you. Always remember, stress management is not only required for you, it's also required so that you have good interpersonal relationship with people around you as well. Because when we are stressed, we are not the most joyful person to be around, right? So go ahead, practice this. Let me know in comments how you felt and what are your results after practicing this. If you want me to cover any other topic, do let me know that also in comments. If you find this video helpful, do subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends, colleagues, and people who this may help. Thank you. See you in the next video.